Okay, guys, welcome to day 5. Day 5 of summer school. Let's get rolling. Let's go through the quick write. That way you can get started on Ingenuity courseware and continue on with the class. Um, Small little update on my end. I got a much better light before in some of the other videos. I was very washed out in blue. That's because I was using a cheap LED strip light. Now I've got this, so I can switch from a yellowish tone to a slightly more orangish to a little bit more bluer. But you can rotate through, give it a little natural color, and we can turn it down a little bit, or we can crank it up. Ah, so bright, so bright. But it makes me look like I have some color as opposed to before, where I looked like a ghost. So, uh, again, always try to improve every day. In my way, I'm trying to improve my instruction, make my videos look a little better. For you guys, just stay on top of your work. That's how you improve. Get that grade up. Let's look at the quick write from yesterday. We'll start with Chem A first. Okay, let's look at progress. So a lot of people didn't check out. You can still go back in and check out. This is half a point every day you guys are missing. Remember, these are going to close at the end of today. Starting tomorrow, it's a fresh new month. That means you've had a week. This is 5 days. I gotta make sure that you guys are doing things on time. So these are gonna lock daily, and you won't be able to refund your points. And all the ones that we had right here that were here, I'll make them all orange. Change color to orange. All of these that are orange, these are gonna lock up, and they're gonna become red. And when they're red, you're not gonna be able to input anything, and there go all those easy points. This is half of your grade, but it's such easy points. Just gotta make sure you do it. Um, so go in and make sure that you have a completion from yesterday. It's okay if the timestamp is off. It doesn't matter so much as long as you get the points so I can check your progress. So, uh, Alvaro, yesterday you were at 3%. Now keep in mind, you should be finishing after 4 days, you should be finishing with 16%. Today, after 5 days, you should be finishing with, start off at 16, you should be finishing with 20%. We're looking to do 20%. Is there anybody who's already passed 20%? Nice. Right on pace, Angelica. Andreas close. Andrew, we gotta bump you up there. Um, Good. There's people that are close. Kim is on point. Kim doesn't want to do this that long. Kim, are you guys practicing soccer? I guess that's one thing I'm interested in. Wonder if you guys are doing practice at school, or if everything is still continued to be shut down. Julia, looks like you just jumped in. Actually, yours is red here. I changed it to a 0, so you got a point. But you got to go through and put in your other points. Let me make sure that you have your other points. Okay, cool. You went back and you did some of them. See if you can get you can do all of them. You can put in all of the points. Let's see what you missed on those. Julia. Well, that one you've got to put in everything. Was that 626? 626 B28. Oh, you have those 2 points. Okay, you didn't do the check-in. Okay, okay. Um, so Julia, yeah, go back in and fill out all of these. Fill out the essay type questions. Fill out all the number type questions. Make sure that you're getting those points because this is 50% of the grade. I can't stress that enough. Um, Whoa, Onchi's at 23%. I like it. Elmer's at 27. Okay, good, 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 good. Sweet, the progress is up there. Let's look at did you contact your classmate? What did you know? I did not contact, I did not know how. Okay, perfect. So, Alvaro, I like that you told me that you didn't know how to do it. That means we have an opportunity to teach you, make sure that you know how to contact people. I would highly recommend, since you have 2 emails here, so if you go to your row and you see your Gmail and LAUSD, so I said that if Jasmine hadn't been participating, you could skip down. So you could go straight to Edgar and shoot him an email here. I would probably email him and say, yo, Smith told me I need to get a factoid from you. Um, so just give me that factoid. Here's my number. You can text it to me. Boom, right there. Now that person sends you a text. You have their number. Put it into a group of contacts from people at Silmar, and you can use that to start up group messages for future classes. You guys are going to be in class together for the next few years. You might as well have each other's contact information. I think that's kind of important. It helps you collaborate, helps you figure out, hey, when is this due? When do I have to finish this assignment? What was their birthday? Well, what was Hillary's birthday? I did contact classmate, no response. Wanted to play basketball. So Cameron, I'm assuming you asked Anthony. If you asked Anthony, I hope you found him. We haven't had Anthony yet. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. I did. He's been on track. Okay. I have not, nothing. Loves basketball and hang out with his friends. Sweet. I did contact them, but I didn't get a response back. Enrique, you gotta respond, man. She is the last child of four siblings. Nice. Okay. Okay. Oh, so you guys went down to Emily, I see. She loves to play soccer. I'm assuming that's from a Red Sea. Red Sea. How many? She has three siblings. Okay. Contact the person below me. I have not. There's no one to contact below me. Okay, Francisco, what I would want you to do is go all the way up to the front and you give Alvaro a contact. I believe I actually. Oh, I said it right here. If the person below you has not submitted anything, go down until you find someone. Francisco, ask Alvaro. I asked you explicitly. But it's all right. I just wanted you guys to reach out to each other and learn how to use each other's emails appropriately. So you guys know how to do that now, hopefully. Um, and you have some connection to class. I use Excel. I learned how to format and create documents or flyer. Actually, let's go back to QuickWrite for Chem B. I'll look at them as well. So we can go back through. I haven't contacted. No, I haven't. Actually, let's go back to the percentage. Whoa! Violetta, you are getting further ahead. I know you're trying to finish early so that you can go on your vacation without too much stress. So I'm very proud of you for that. Let's keep it rolling. Very impressive. Very impressive, Miguel. I asked what type of music they listen to. I like it. That's a good one. And Julia didn't respond yet. That's fine. No, I haven't. I did not contact my classmates. So we're missing a few people, and we got to make sure that you get those checkout points. Make sure you guys get those. It's half a point every day, just for typing in your progress. It gives me something to look at when I'm looking at your uh, the time gap. Like for example, with Andrea, I say, oh, she worked for an hour and 7 minutes and got through 3%. So if I'm asking for 4% every time and you got through 3% in approximately the same thing, about an hour. It takes about an hour to do 3%. So 4% every day within our 2.5 hours, that's very reasonable for them to ask, for the district to ask. Um, no, okay, yeah, we went through that. Okay, let's look at the spreadsheets. Have you ever used spreadsheets in the class? It's my first time. Oh, well, I'm glad that you are getting some experience with Google Sheets. Google Sheets and Excel, very similar. Um, here is, let's delete this. It'd be exactly the same thing. It's a cell. That's why they call it Excel, because each one of these boxes is a cell. Uh, and Excel is great, but Google Sheets I like because it's online, it's really easy to access, and it allows you to do a lot of online scripts that I use pretty extensively that you guys have seen. But I've been using these for pretty much every job I've had for the last, since I was in college, is spent a lot of spreadsheets. First, it was for categorizing lots of purchase orders because I worked for a store at UCLA, and we had to purchase a lot of things, a lot of medical equipment actually, and dental equipment for the dentists. So it was a lot of spreadsheets there, and since then it's just I've continued to use spreadsheets to make everything easier. in all of my jobs. So learning how to use spreadsheets is important. It can be very helpful. With your class only, okay, that's the first time. Not use any of the listed programs core. Okay, wow. Uh, appreciate and depreciation values, okay. I wonder if that's with Miss Smith. I've used it in chemistry, we used it for quick writes. Oh, okay. Well, thank you for reminding me, Jonathan. I use it for Chem, yes. No, I've not. Only for yours, and I've used it for any of those. Okay. Operating specs, because I asked for you guys to give me the specs. Okay, 8 gigs. Sweet, that's perfect. 4 gigs. I will say the gigabytes of RAM is probably the biggest bottleneck for people. I have lots of tabs. Some students get irritated by the amount of tabs I have. That's why I just keep making more and more and more and more tabs. This just eats up memory, but if you have sufficient memory, you shouldn't have a problem. If you only have 4 gigs, 4 gigs at one point was a massive amount of memory. I couldn't even believe it. Some people had 4 gigs of RAM, but as time goes on and we're asking for more and more things to be processed, that 4 gigs isn't as much. So uh, you might slow down a little bit, Andy. But it's fine. If you're on a Chrome OS, it has low requirements. 4 should be fine. I'm not sure I'm using the school's Chromebook. So Vanessa, what you can do is look for Chromebook specs, Chromebook spec check, and there is a command. It is Chrome semicolon, or sorry, Chrome colon / system. It'll give you your specs. So you can tell me just the basics, what OS it is, what CPU it has, and how much. Couldn't find what I need to find. Well, Miguel, you should watch the videos. Hopefully you watch this one. I'm not sure, using school Chromebooks. Nice. Okay, Jesus has a little bit beefier rig, but you probably want more RAM. I recently, with the school laptop that was given to us, it had 4 gigs of RAM. Painfully slow. I just couldn't, it was just too hard. I didn't see any need to use that laptop. So instead, I just went online and I purchased some RAM. I got 16 gigs for about 60 bucks right there. And since then, it's been so much faster. So that's the cool thing about learning how computers work, is that you know how to fix them and improve them with some minor changes. And RAM is one of the easiest things to just slip right in there. It's honestly like Legos. If anybody's taken my class at school, building a computer, knowing the computer parts is, we cover it kind of briefly. I don't know what that is. Oh, well, Denise, watch the video. Watch the video. Hopefully you're watching the video. I'm using the Chromebook, Windows 10. Okay, and then the PC specs. I'm missing a lot here, so that means that potentially, perfect. Look at that. Jesus knows how to do that. I like it. And V, I don't have access. You got to share it. So that was the one thing you messed up on. But at least you guys did it. So the other people, you probably just need to be watching the videos. Okay, so in that case, let me ask, are you able to watch the videos? I see many people were unable to do the PC spec activity, which was shown in the video. Watch the video, get the easy points. That's what I'm liking. There we go. Easy points, easy points. But maybe some people aren't able to access the video. I know that some students weren't able to because it was on YouTube and they were using the Chromebooks, and the Chromebooks weren't allowing them to access YouTube. If you are in that situation, I should know. I can post additional copies to the course that should be available to you. They won't be HD like YouTube, but they will be there. So I just want to know if you guys are able to watch it. let's do something numerical, something interesting to me, because we were talking about, I know in chemistry A, I know I'm in the chemistry B quick, right? But I'm gonna do it for both. Chemistry A, the topic that was covered was conservation of mass and conservation of energy. If you've got matter, it doesn't just disappear, it just kind of changes or converts forms. Same thing for us. Now, we are a collection of matter, and we gain matter and we lose matter through metabolism. And um, when we gain or lose matter, we gain or lose mass. And we measure that mass usually with a scale that measures the gravitational pull on that mass, and that gives us our weight. So I had mentioned before that I was trying to be a little bit more diligent about my intake because over quarantine I was doing a lot more snacking. I was gaining a little bit more weight. So I'm kind of curious, have you gained or lost any weight since quarantine? How many pounds have you plus or minus? Okay, so I'm gonna say for me plus 10 because I gained about 10 pounds. So from here, I want people to think a little bit more numerically. Now, let's Google calories in a pound. So, it's estimated that there are 3,500 calories in a pound of fat. So, let's look at a pound of fat so you guys know what that looks like. Pound of fat. Let's see. So this is 1 pound of fat and this is 1 pound of muscle. It's a pretty big amount. Um, Now that's 3,500 calories for fat, but does the 35? Oh, never mind. Somebody's saying it does not equal. No, it does. If you break down a pound of fat into its metabolic components, about 3,500 calories. Uh, However, lean body mass is lower than that. So if we consider a pound, let's just consider a pound in general for your body to be about 3,000 calories because of if you average it out between fat and lean body mass, it's about 3,000 calories. So, how many calories does your change in body mass represent? Okay, so how do we do this? If I say that I gained 10 pounds, let's say that I lost, maybe you lost 5 pounds. If you lost 5 pounds, just say -5. But because I gained, I'm going to say 10. I'm going to say I gained 10. Well, each one of those is about 3,000. So you can either just do 10 times 3,000, and that'll give you 30,000 calories. Or you can make a formula, and this is why we're using spreadsheets, equals 10, so I'm going to go over to here, times 3,000. Now, I could just take this and paste this formula. Paste the values only, not the, I want the formula, actually. Paste special, paste the formula only. So I paste this formula. So now, if somebody went in here, I'm in Isabella's column just because she's first. If she said that she lost 5 pounds, because of formulas, it will automatically adjust and give her the right value. If she had gained 3 pounds, it would have been 9,000 calories. So that's the nice thing about formulas is that you can drag them down all the columns, all the rows, and get the values that you expect. So I'm going to clear that out just so you guys can do that. So how many calories does your change in body mass represent? About that. Now, we're going to do one last thing, one last number. If you were, if you had a BMR of 2,000 calories per day, how many days of fasting would it take to burn your caloric, let's say, surplus? Okay, so if you have a BMR of 2,000 calories a day, how many days of fasting? If I did not eat at all, how many days would it take to burn that 10 pounds if I just completely starve? Well, that 10 pounds on average is going to be 30,000 calories, because on average, all the body weight is about 3,000 calories per pound. So if that's 30,000 and I burn through 2,000 a day, and that's very generous. We don't typically burn through that much, especially as we're uh, getting done growing. For some of you guys that are still growing, and a lot of you are still growing quickly, you will be burning through more calories. But otherwise, once you get to a certain point, that just adds on to the waste. So if you have a BMR of 2,000 calories per day, how quickly would it take, or how fast would it take to burn through that? Well, another formula will work. We'll just do equals that value divided by 2,000. It would take me 15 full days of fasting, not eating anything, and I should see a decrease of 10 pounds of body mass. So mass is conserved. It's got to go somewhere that actually gets exhaled as carbon dioxide when we're burning our fat, because it's a lot of carbon, and it's got to go somewhere. The energy gets used by our body, but the energy is also just reconfigured. It is not created or destroyed. That is a conservation of mass, conservation of energy, and hopefully something that can help you think about just the things that you're doing in real life. So those are the questions I have for today. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and send me an email. Uh, Otherwise, keep going on that progress. Good luck, and I will see you tomorrow.